You know, it's not every day that an open-weight model comes along and really shakes things up, but it looks like Moonshot might have just done exactly that. Today, we're diving into Kimi K2, the new model that has the entire AI community buzzing.
And the claims being made are not just big, they are absolutely massive. People are literally calling it, and I'm quoting here, the best tool calling model ever. Now that means it's the best at using outside tools and APIs to actually get stuff done. And they're not just saying it's the best open weight model, they mean the best, period. That is one heck of a bold statement.
But, with hype this huge, you've got to ask, is it really the best at everything, or are there some catches we need to know about? Well, that's exactly what we're here to figure out as we separate the incredible hype from the reality.
All right, so first up, let's dive into the hype. Why is everybody so excited about this? Well, Kimi K2 has shown up as a serious new challenger, putting up numbers that are competing with the very best models in the world.
And look, the list of its capabilities is just wild. This is not a one-trick pony. We're talking top scores on major exams, totally crushing browser automation tasks, and going toe-to-toe with models like GPT-5 on coding. But maybe the most impressive claim of all, it can string together 200 to 300 tool calls in a row without a human lifting a finger. That right there, that is some truly next-level stuff.
Okay, so that's the hype. But now it's time for a little reality check. Let's bring this back down to earth and talk about the two biggest hurdles for any model: its size and its speed. And the size, well, it's just staggering. We're talking about a 1 trillion parameter model. To put that into perspective for you, that makes it the biggest open-weight model ever created. It's an absolute behemoth.
And yeah, a model that huge has a file size to match, 594 gigabytes. So you're not just going to download this to your MacBook. In fact, as of right now, the only people really hosting it are the Moonshot team themselves, because just getting this thing to run is a major technical challenge.
So this table really lays out the big trade-off you're making. You've got the standard version, which is, pretty affordable, but it's slow. Like at 18 tokens per second, it's even slower than GPT-5. Then you've got the turbo version, way faster, but whoa, the price jumps right up into that top-tier closed model territory. It really boils down to this. You can get power, or you can get speed and a good price, but getting all three at once, that's the real challenge here.
So benchmarks are one thing, but how does it actually perform on stuff you'd really use it for? Let's take a look at some actual tests to see where Kimi K2 is a home run and where it kind of misses the mark.
Okay, this next part, I was genuinely shocked by this. When asked to write a compelling defense of the Java programming language, Kimi K2 wrote this beautifully nuanced prose. Now compare that to GPT-5, which, as one developer put it, immediately dove into bullet point and list hell. Think about that for a second. A model from a team in China is outperforming top American models at writing compelling English. That's a really big deal.
But, okay, while it's a great writer, when it comes to actually implementing code, it can stumble. In one test to build a simple UI, it correctly generated all the right files, but then it just forgot to plug it all in. It never rendered the components, leaving just the basic project template on the page. A classic case of being so close and yet so far.
But hold on, that doesn't mean it's useless for coding. Far from it. It's all about using it for the right tasks. As the creator AI Code King pointed out, it's fantastic for high-level stuff. When it comes to planning out complex code and debugging, its reasoning abilities are absolutely top tier. It's a powerhouse for architects and senior devs.
So what's the magic here? What's the secret sauce that lets it do all this crazy reasoning so well? Let's take a look at some of the really cool features it has under the hood.
So a key piece of the puzzle is this thing called interleaved thinking. The old way was pretty basic, right? A model thinks, it spits out an answer, and that's it. Conversation over. But with this new method, it's like the model can hit pause in the middle of talking to you, go do some more thinking, and then pick right back up where it left off. What does that mean for you? It means it can handle these super complex multi-step problems all in one go. It feels much more like a real thinking agent.
All right, now for a really important part that a lot of people seem to be either missing or getting wrong. Like with any open model, you have got to read the fine print. Let's look at the catch in the license.
It's a modified MIT license, and there's one key change right here. It says that if you use Kimi K2 in a commercial product that has more than 100 million monthly active users, you have to prominently display its name.
So what does all that legal jargon actually mean? Well, for basically everyone, like 99.9% of us, it means absolutely nothing. But if your app or service becomes a massive, massive hit, we're talking over 100 million monthly users or 20 million bucks in monthly revenue, then you just have to give them a little credit, like powered by Gemini K2 in your UI. Honestly, it seems like a pretty fair trade for getting to use a world-class model for free.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. What's the real impact of Kimi K2 on the whole AI world? Because it's already making some serious waves and shaking up the old guard.
Just look at this chart. This is the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, a really important benchmark. And the only company scoring higher than Kimi K2 is OpenAI. An open-weight model is now the undisputed number 2, ahead of every other major player out there. That is a massive, massive achievement. And this really gets to the heart of it. For so long, we all just assumed the best, most powerful models would be locked away behind closed doors. Kimi K2 is proof that that whole idea is changing. The gap between open and closed AI, it's closing. And man, it is closing fast.
So that leaves us with one heck of a question, doesn't it? An open-weight model just stormed in and took the number 2 spot in the world. The pressure is officially on for the big, established American labs. The race is heating up, and you just have to wonder, who's going to be next?